Hey there, thank you so much for purchasing the Profit Fast tool. I'm super excited about this because I think every entrepreneur that has a serious money goal needs to go through this first before spending a single dollar of their marketing budget, all right? So if you want to make $10,000, $20,000, if you want to hit your first, $1 million year, exactly how do you do that? What does that look like? And that's what we're going to go over today in this video. I'm going to show you, what you need to price your product at. If you're using Facebook ads, what your leads have to be, how many units of your product you need to sell, and how long it's going to take for you to reach those big money goals, all right? And it's going to all happen in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go over all of the different examples. You pick the one that works for your unique business model, and then you plug in your numbers, and you can see exactly what you need to succeed. So let's dive in. All right, so as soon as you open the tool, I want you to go to the Start Here tab, and that's just gonna have a few of the questions that you're gonna get answered once you go through this tool. So I'll let you guys read that. It's also gonna have a link to the explainer video that you're watching right now if you ever wanna come back to this, and it's got my email. So if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email and let me know if you're having any problems plugging in these numbers and making it work for you. All right, there's also a tab at the very end called Definitions, where if any of the terminology, if you're not familiar with it, just go ahead and click on the Definitions tab, and I define all of the terms to make sure that you understand what we're talking about. So I want to get started. If you are brand new in your business and you are just building your email list, all right? A lot of people want to be able to build their email list because their email list is a very profitable asset in their business. So let's say you wanted to add, 100 new people to your email list every month. Let's say that you're in the mommy and me niche. You are selling some sort of product that is catering to busy moms. And that niche usually is about $1 to get somebody onto your email list. It can even be cheaper, like around 50 cents, but let's go with $1. So to get like 100 people on your list, it would be about $100. All right. But my methodology, which I'm going to cover on the upcoming masterclass, is to actually add something called a tripwire on the thank you page of your, your lead magnet. So a lead magnet is something that you're giving to your audience for free. And then once they put their email address in on the thank you page, you offer them something valuable. It usually ranges between $7 to $97. And it usually converts between 1 and 10%. All right. So if you do a tripwire and it's converting at less than 1%, then you know that you're not offering something that is valuable to your audience, or you're targeting the wrong audience. So obviously if you're targeting, if you want to target the mommy and me audience, or in my case, if I wanted to target, entrepreneurs and nobody was buying my tripwire, then I would know either my messaging is off or my targeting is off. So there's a lot of good reasons why we like to do this method, because not only does it help cut the costs of your ads, but it also makes sure that you're targeting the right people, and it identifies that your messaging is on point. All right. So you just want to plug in your numbers into the blue boxes. All right. Do not change the numbers in the orange boxes or the white boxes. That's where the dynamic formulas are. So, if you want to get 200 leads, and let's say that you're running Facebook ads and you're getting them for $1.50, then just go ahead and plug in your numbers, and you'll see the orange and the white boxes kind of, spit out the results. So in this case, if you wanted to get 200 leads a month, and again, let's say you're getting them for $1 a lead, and you're spending $200, and you want to cut the costs of your ads so that you can literally run your ads for free, right? You would then start inputting different numbers for the tripwire, all right? So start testing maybe $17 and seeing like, okay, if I had a tripwire that was $17 and 3% of the people who saw it purchased it, now what does that mean? That if you have a website with 100 people seeing that offer, at least 3 of them are going to purchase, okay? So if 3 people buy it, then you can go ahead and say that out of 200 new leads, you'll have 6 sales. So that's about $100. And then after your tripwire revenue, now you've only spent $100 on your leads instead of $200. So can you see now how this makes it so much easier for you to understand how much do I need to price my products at? How many people actually need to buy it? And what is it that I need to do to lower the cost of my marketing spend, my ad spend? So and here's the thing, you could say, oh, well, I'm just going to increase my price to $49 and that way, I won't have to pay anything and I'll make some money. You obviously have to be offering something that is valuable enough to make that happen. Otherwise, your conversion rate, the rate at which people actually purchase this, is going to plummet. So just make sure that you're being realistic. If you're offering, like something very basic, don't expect to be selling it for beyond $20. If you're offering like something really useful, if you're selling like a masterclass video series, if you're selling something very powerful, then maybe you can get into the $97 range. Maybe you're even selling, some one-to-one time with you. So just think about that when you're considering what you're going to put on the tripwire page if you want to do this. So we're going to cover this and more on the upcoming masterclass. But I just wanted to show you guys this because it really is exciting to see. The number one thing that people worry about when running Facebook ads is I don't want to lose money or I don't have any money to run ads. And this method actually allows you to do it without having to worry about spending any of your own money. Like you make most of your money back. So I'm going to show you how that's done on the masterclass. Make sure that you show up live for that. I also have some other scenarios here. So if you want to do webinars or you want to do live events or online summits, I have all of the different stats that you want to put in here. So let's say you want to do a webinar and you want to get 300 people to show up to the webinar. Now, webinars these days, they have about a 20% show up rate. So I usually like to calculate of the people that show up to the webinar, how many will actually purchase my product. So usually people say that you try to get like a 5% conversion rate. So if you have a product that's $997 and you're selling, at a 5% conversion rate, that means 100 people saw your offer and 5 of them decided to purchase, then you can start to plug in the numbers and see, well, exactly how many leads do I have to get in order to hit that money goal that I actually want? And remember, there's a difference between revenue and profit. So I make sure to subtract what you're spending on the ads so that you can see what your profit actually is. In the next tab, I also do webinars, but then I add in the ability for you to consider doing a tripwire. An OTO is the same thing as a tripwire. So you can plug in your numbers for that. And on most of the tabs, you're going to see a number called EPL, earnings per lead. All right. This is extremely important if you're going to run Facebook ads. If you go beyond your earnings per lead, essentially you have now become unprofitable. You are not making money. You are losing money. So if you're running Facebook ads and you ask me, how much should I be paying for one lead? My response to you is going to be, well, how much are you making for one lead? Because if you're making $10 a lead, then technically you could pay up to $8 a lead and you're still profitable, right? Obviously, it would be better if you were paying less, but this is how you know exactly how much you should be paying. And then you get to decide what's the profit margin that I want to attempt to go for, So it's all broken down for you here so that when you finally run that first ad, you know exactly the number that you have to aim for in order to hit those money goals. So I have a ton of different scenarios here. I have membership sites, high ticket offers. You'll see the cost per lead fluctuates depending upon what your sales vehicle is. So if you are selling, over the phone and you want to run ads where it is ad straight to a phone call so that you book a high ticket coaching package, then obviously that cost per lead is going to be a lot higher, but then the reward is also going to be higher because you're selling something a lot more expensive. Same thing for real estate agents who they're doing house showings. They're going to have to pay more for a lead, but at the same time, once they sell that lead, they make a lot more back. I also have another tab for one-to-one services, copywriters, web designers, digital marketers, and local businesses. So, if you are a local business, what is the price of your service? What is it that you offer? If you're a massage therapist, if you're a hairstylist, you want to put that in and you want to see, if 100 people visit your shop, how many of them actually purchase something and what is the average price of what they purchase? So if you want to meet your income goals, how many people do you need to actually walk into your store? Or how many people do you need to present your service to? All right, so this makes it all crystal clear. And finally, I have a course creator and coaching option for those of you who make courses and then have some sort of a coaching upsell or a membership upsell. This is for you, all right? Because you might not be making a lot on a low ticket course, selling a course for like $297 or $397, but then maybe you have like a coaching upsell where you're making a lot more from those original leads. So again, plug in your numbers into the blue boxes. Do not mess with the numbers that come out in the orange, yellow, or the white boxes. Those are all controlled by formulas. And actually, you can see now how much do I need, how many people need to see my offer in order for me to meet my money goals, how many of them actually need to purchase that offer, what price do I need to, make that offer at. So now it's not what should I price my offer or my product or my service, it's what do I need to price it at in order to meet my money goal. And if you don't feel that your product or service is worth that price, then you need to add more value to your product or service so that you can charge that price, okay? So again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, hello@ispeaksocial.com. And again, I will be covering all of this and more on the upcoming live masterclass. So make sure that you show up and I will see you there. Bye.